Hi guys, this is G-Man 1971. We're gonna do some radio comparisons and receiver performance. We all know how important the receiver is. Otherwise, you simply don't hear the signals. So here's TM 5171A, THFA6A, the new Alinco DMR MD5 with GPS. This is a good old Bofang GT3. It's very old, probably one of my oldest radios. This is a Bofang 1801 DMR. You can do both bands. Everything here is dual band. This is a TYT 8000E with crossband repeat. This is a radio that this radio likes to fall in its face. This is the Midland 820, I believe. I got this one in 1997. It's very old, still works. It's modded with 400 channels. I did the Circuit 33 chip mod. You guys probably remember in Build 2 Ways. Anyway, so that was a long time ago. So tonight we're seeing that all radios are picking up the 550 NOAA station. No antennas are connected. We're gonna be using a 5.8 antenna right here, using an LMR 400 cable. LMR 400 cable made in USA. This is a LMR. It's made by Times Microwave. It's a really good wire. It's a really good cable. It doesn't matter for the SWR, but this antenna has about 1.3, 1.2 SWR. Anyways, so you can see all the radios can pick up this station. All radios are no antenna. They all can pick it up, and they all pick it up fairly well. So all radios can pick this up, including the old Bofang.
Now for the official National Weather Service forecast.
That one picks it up too. The GD77 clone, or TYT 3760 or 760, Bofang 101, whatever. It's basically the same radio. It's just a DMR basic entry-level radio. I think I paid $50 for these guys on eBay. They're pretty decent. This is the TYT. This is the 8000E model with crossband repeat. It's a decent radio. And as you can see, everything
up to 5 miles an hour.
Everything picks it up.
Tuesday,
So that one picks it up. This one picks it up too. And the old radio from 20 plus years ago.
South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Wednesday, partly sunny.
The screen might be no, anyways, but it picks it up too. So we're gonna begin this test by switching to a different signal, a different frequency, to find out a different NOAA. I found out that one of the farthest ones in where I'm living, it's about 425. This is a particularly difficult frequency to pick. I think only the very best radios can pick this up. So we're gonna begin running them through the antenna. I'm gonna connect everything right here on the spot, so there's no cuts, there's no fakes, no nothing, and we're gonna evaluate the receiver performance of these radios, and we're gonna see why some radios are better than others. Anyways, this radio here is advertised as 0.16 decibels or microvolts at 12 volts CNAD. Sorry, and it's pretty darn good radio. Anyway, so we're gonna hook it up. We're gonna hook up these to the antenna, and we're gonna see what we can pick up. See if it picks anything up. So that way there's no cuts, no, kind of like the night vision test. We want to evaluate things same day, same conditions, no fake anything. So this is 425. It's a pretty faint signal, even though it reads full bars. It's kind of hard to see, but it's picking it up. So that's pretty good. So the next one, we're gonna try the Kenwood THFA 6A, which we're gonna have to put an adapter on it because it doesn't have the ability to hook up to the PL259 or the, so we need an adapter, an SO239 adapter. If I can actually get it in there, I'm gonna lower the volume of these. We know that one works. So we're gonna switch the frequency. We're gonna make sure that it's also tuned to 425. We're gonna connect the antenna now. So we're gonna unplug the antenna from the mobile, and we're gonna connect these to oops, there's the other antenna, which we are not using. Not now. So we're gonna connect these as well, and again we're connecting these so you guys can see everything, not faking anything, not receiver hacks or tricks. The same cable, the same antenna, and so we're gonna put these in 425 so you guys can verify that it's 425 as well, and we're gonna crank the volume up. The audio quality of this radio is not as good as the TM over 71, but it's definitely picking up. If you pay close attention, you can actually understand what it's saying. Again, it's not crystal clear audio, but this is a very difficult signal to pick up, as you guys will find out. So the THFA 6A also passes the receiver test. It's very close. This one is advertised as 0.18 in the VHF band on its primary A receiver. Because if we switch to the B receiver and we basically feed the frequency here, if we try to feed the same frequency on the B receiver over there, you guys can see now that it's on the B receiver. I'm gonna tune this thing to 425. It's not picking anything on the B band, on the B receiver over there. But if we toggle these to the A band, you guys can see that the B receiver on this radio is rated at much higher microvolts per 12 volt, or sorry, per 12 CNAD, dB CNAD. So this is kind of like a glimpse of what you expect from a 0.18 microvolt receiver, a 0.16, and a much higher value when we toggle these to the B band, you know, which is not, I don't remember the numbers, but I think it's 0.3. It's very high. It's not very good. Anyways, that radio is more like a wideband receiver that you can use for all the other frequencies that this radio can do, from I think it's like 50 or 500 kilohertz all the way to 1.2 gigahertz. This is a really good radio. Anyways, so this radio obviously can hear this one too. We're gonna lower the volume, and we're going to repeat the same process with the Alinco MD5. And the Alinco MD5, it's a brand new DMR radio. It's really good. I think people claim it's based on the 878, but I've had an 878, and I have to tell you, this radio was better on the receive than the Alinco. Sorry, than the Anytone 878. I had both radios side by side, and I returned the 878 because this radio could hear things that the other radio simply just couldn't. So we have right now the radio on 550, which is kind of like what it was before. So we're gonna change these. We're gonna set these to 425 as well. So everything in here is in 425. So obviously no, it doesn't pick anything up. 425 is a difficult band to pick, and we're gonna. It's actually, you can actually understand it just as good as the TM-71, the mobile. Better than the THFA 6A. I think there must be better signal processing inside. I don't know. But this radio you can hear just as good as the Kenwood over there. connected to the same exact antenna. And then we're gonna switch to the next radio. And we know that this one works too now. So, and then we're gonna switch to we're gonna need another connector. We're gonna use the connector on this guy. Connect this guy over here, and then we're gonna switch this radio, and then we're gonna set this radio to the same 425. 425. Alright, there it is. So 162.425, and we're gonna hook it up, and let's crank the volume up. There's no signal coming, no signal at all. Let's open the monitor to see if we can actually pick anything. Yep, nothing but static. So yeah, as you guys can see, receiver does make a lot of difference. Even though it doesn't look like much, it really does. So this is an old radio. It's a GT3 made by Bofeng. It has it's a decent radio, but it's obviously doesn't hold a candle to any of these other 3 radios. So this one has failed the test. Obviously, what to expect? I think I paid what, $29 for this radio, or $39 for this radio. I don't remember. It was very inexpensive when I purchased it. Then we're gonna try the almighty GD77 or the GD77 clone that everybody seems to be really gaga over this radio. I honestly don't understand why, because this radio is absolutely deaf on VHF. It's probably one of the worst radios I've ever tested in VHF. And here's the proof in the pudding, or whatever. It's just bad. So, and then we're gonna compare other stations that this radio simply just doesn't even understand that they are there. It's a decent radio for store floor usage, but it's absolutely atrocious for anything else. I don't know if you guys can see the thing, but it's set to 550, so I'm gonna set these to be the frequency. I don't know if I can actually see these. I think it's 425. It's just horrible because it's got the light on. But anyways, so don't take my word for it. It's really 425. 425. There you go. So we're gonna hook it up, and as usual and expected, this radio can't hear anything. I don't have the monitor on this radio, but believe me, it doesn't hear anything. It can't hear at all. There's not even the signal is registering there. It's just not picking anything up, which is unfortunate because I really like the form factor of this radio. This is one of the fastest response rates. It opens the squelch really quick. So if it sends a signal, it doesn't have delays or waits or anything. It's a very, very, very nice radio in terms of usability. Very well thought out. And I like the form factor too. It looks pretty cool. It looks like an old phone. It's a good radio in the terms of usability. And then we're gonna go back to the TYT. And the TYT, for the TYT, we need to use the Kenwood type of adapter, the female SMA. So we're gonna unplug these from these, and we're going to connect these to the TYT, which is connected to the same 550 megahertz signal. So we're gonna set that to 425 as well, and see how well it goes. So we're now in 425, 162, 425. I'm gonna plug it up, and this was surprising when I tested these. This radio was unable to pick it up. Let me make sure this is screwed well. And there's no possibilities of poor contact. So we're in 425. This radio, let's open the monitor and see. I don't know what it did in there. Let me open this volume. Absolutely deaf. It can't hear a thing. It can't hear a thing either. And I think I have somewhere, I'm I'm not gonna test the old CB walkie-talkie, the Midland, because I think I have somewhere a BNC to SOPL259 adapter somewhere, but it doesn't matter because this radio can't really transmit on the frequency. But it was kind of to give a bench that it can actually pick up as well the frequency that had no antenna without the antenna. So with that said, we're gonna bench a different frequency, which is 420, or sorry, 400. 400 is also a frequency that not all radios can pick up, and we're gonna begin with the TM V71, the 400 frequency. This is not as difficult to pick as the other one, and we will be testing this as well. So we have 162-400 in the VHF band, and we're gonna be turning the volume up.
62 at Stevens Point, 60 in Wausau, 64 at Black Cross.
Absolutely perfect audio. I mean, it's highly legible. You can actually hear it perfect.
And now, some current
Absolutely great communication here. So if you were to transmit on these, you could actually hear it perfect.
of 72.
But don't do that.
It was cloudy with a temperature of 70.
So this one works too. And we're gonna test the radios kind of the same way we did. So we're gonna take the adapter from, or we can actually use these. So we're gonna switch these to 400. So we're in 400 now. One 162-400. There it is. So we're gonna connect it. And this one picks it up, but you can see it's not full bars. It's only three. It's only 3 bars on the receiver. So this receiver, you can definitely see that it's not as good as the receivers on these guys. We're gonna take these and we're gonna put this adapter. We're gonna put it on the THFX6A, which is the radio that I'm gonna try next. This radio has an almost equal in class to the TM V71A, the mobile radio. So we're gonna set these to 400. We're now in 400 again, and as you can see, this thing is pretty much picking it with S9, full bars. It comes pretty good.
Highs in the upper 70s. Light and variable wind. Monday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 50s. Southeast wind around 5
It picks it
miles
up.
an hour in the
Picks it up
evening,
pretty good.
light and variable.
So that one works too. Then we're gonna try the Alinco MD5. So the Alinco, we're gonna set it up to 400. It's set to 400. 162-400. And this radio should pick something up, hopefully.
Lows in the lower 60s. Chance of rain 60%. Thursday, humid. Partly sunny with a chance of showers.
This radio picks it up just about as good as the Kenwood and the T-Mobile. This radio has a pretty good audio. I mean, the volume in this thing is like basically to the min. If you crank it up,
And Friday night, partly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the upper 70s.
it's absolutely deafening on this radio. This is one of the best audio radios that I've ever tested.
Partly sunny with a 40%.
Anyway, so that's the MD5. And now we're gonna test the 2 last Baffangs, and this is set to 425. We're gonna set it to 400. So 162-400 over there, or 4,000 or whatever, 40,000 here. And it's not even registering. There's not even a signal being picked up. If you look at the top, it should be green saying that there's something coming through. It's nothing. This radio is deaf. If you buy this radio for VHF, don't. Just buy something else. Seriously. This radio it's terrible for VHF. It's like the worst radio that I've ever tested. I can't believe Radiodity charges $100 for this one. You can get it for $50 from Bofang. And the last but not least, we're gonna take the adapter from the MD5 and we're gonna stick it into the GT3. I think it's made by Saint Sonic, but it's really Bofang. Bofang is the company that actually made this radio. And you're gonna set it up to 400. So the thing is in 400 and 6.2, okay? And we're gonna test it. Picks it up. So this radio, for as old as it is, it's far better than that thing over there. I mean, this is the worst radio in terms of receiver performance. I don't have the 878 with me on me anymore, but the 878 was comparable to the Anytone, to the TYT 8000E. It was comparable to this one, maybe a little worse on the NOAA tests that I made when I had it. And obviously this one is the worst, and this one being the best. This radio over here has a pretty good analog response, even though it's advertised at much higher numbers. But I mean, I wish this radio could do airband, because I have a lot of airband. I have an airport nearby, which is about 12 miles away, and I can pick up pretty good signals from there. And then there's another airport that is located 24 miles away, and you can see the huge difference in S numbers. But anyways, so there you have it, guys. Consider good receiver performance. The next radio that I might be trying out is the XPR 7550E, because that thing has got a 0.14 microvolts on digital BAR or BER, bit error rate. It potentially puts it in a class that none of these radios over here is. I mean, even though this one at 0.16, the mobile, just simply shouldn't be able to touch that Motorola 7550E walkie-talkie. But again, that's future video review. But the test will be the same. So I will probably bring all the radios and do another shootout. But there you have it. Receiver sensitivity matters. So beware when you see those inexpensive radios with receiver figures. That it has a lot of bells and whistles. Sometimes the bells and whistles is gonna cost you not being able to hear anything out of a paper bag. So, alright. G-Man out.